Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Derek Afasi. I'm the owner of Afasi Financial Group. Today's topic, I want to discuss with you what is funeral insurance and whether or not you should receive funeral insurance for yourself or get funeral coverage on yourself. Funeral insurance, simply put, is a type of permanent life insurance that gets paid out at the point of time whenever you or a loved one passes away. If you guys have certain coverage, it's essentially permanent life insurance for an amount that's less than $50,000. So typically the average funeral costs between $10,000, $15,000 to $35,000 per funeral, and that includes the casket, that includes all the other essentials regarding the funeral. And this is something that is one of these no-brainer policies because the cost is so inexpensive. And one of the things that triggered me to actually create this video was I was talking to a family member over the weekend, and they were telling me that they were interested in buying a prepaid funeral service. Funeral package, and I was not familiarized with it, and I looked at the numbers and was baffled with how much those things cost, where you could just pay the smallest amount of dollars possible and leverage your monies tenfold by just having a very simple permanent life insurance that will cover you under $50,000. Regardless of whatever your age is, if you're in your 60s and your 70s, if you're in your 40s, your 50s, whatever that is, obviously the older that you get, the closer you are to passing away. It's just for mortality rate speaking, that's just the way that it works. So if you're 65, you're going to be paying more dollars on a monthly basis or annual basis, whatever your preference, than somebody who's 45 years old. But essentially what you're trying to do is, this is a sort of final expense life insurance, meaning that something happens, it pays out. When that money pays out, if you had a $50,000 policy, or let's say you had a $20,000 policy, and you're paying premiums, you might be paying $25 a month into this. Something happens, that $20,000 or that $50,000 will get paid out to your beneficiaries in a tax-free manner, meaning that they do not have to worry about they're already completely distraught when that happens, when obviously the insured passes away, and they understand the smooth transition from the lump sum benefit directly to the funeral home, directly to the cemetery, with with those costs. And it just kind of alleviates that stress a little bit more when you do have the proper coverage. And when a lot of these individuals, they say, oh, I'm just gonna go and I'm going to have I'm just gonna have a $30,000 prepaid funeral. Well, you have to prepay. You have to essentially pay all your monies into that plan to receive that full $30,000. The whole purpose of utilizing an insurance company and utilizing life insurance is life insurance corporations are very large. And what they do is they leverage something known as the law of large numbers. They take your dollars and millions or thousands of other individuals' dollars, and that's essentially what happens, is they're leveraging those monies to produce a benefit for those individuals that all have those policies. So as, let's say, if you have 10 people, one of them passes away, well, you're still collecting premium dollars from 9 of those people. And the way that they determine that statistic on how often those individuals are going to pass away and what your premium amount is based upon something known as mortality tables, known as, okay, what exactly are the statistics that you will pass away exactly, before you've either paid out all, or we were able to leverage the law of large numbers to make sure that it's that we could confidently pay it out without any issues. So that's essentially, in a nutshell, how the permanent life insurance policies work. So what you want to do is you want to leverage the life insurance carriers, because you could pay, if you had a $30,000 funeral, you could essentially pay between $5,000 to $10,000 throughout your entire lifetime of just a smaller permanent life insurance policy that will give you the same exact benefit, $30,000. You could pay, I don't know, $5,000 into that plan, or even a max of $10,000 into that plan, and you could see the math. You could be 100 years old and only place $10,000 total into this sort of whole life, into this sort of permanent life insurance, and a $30,000 benefit will come to you, as opposed to having a prepaid funeral service and you know that you're going to be paying $30,000 into that plan. It is absolutely outrageous. If you guys are looking for a prepaid funeral service, a prepaid funeral plan, please give our 1-800 number a call, because there is a much cheaper way. I don't get that passionate about certain topics, but once I saw these numbers, I was completely appalled on how much of a ripoff prepaid funeral insurance coverage was. I mean, because with something with such a small amount of permanent life insurance death benefit, you can produce such a maximized benefit and leverage the smallest amount of dollars possible. And once again, we utilize final. It's known as final expense insurance. And we leverage hundreds of the top contracts in your specific area. So whenever you're giving us a call, we implemented 24/7 customer service. So if you're watching this video on a Saturday or Sunday, you know that you'll be able to speak with a specialist, and we'll be able to tell you right over the phone exactly what your cost of insurance will be, on a monthly basis, on an annual basis. And you could compare, we'll even compare it for you, of what the price you were getting on the prepaid funeral plan versus a permanent, a smaller death benefit, permanent life insurance, and we could correlate it specifically and make sure that everything adds up perfectly, so that you could see the bigger picture of saving thousands and thousands of dollars in the process. So once again, 1-800-566-1002. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and be on the lookout for some of our other videos. Thanks, guys.